upon one another for some very great execution later on.
Yeah, this is really interesting though, because he's definitely not known for his GP. Career total 4 GP games for Summit, has never won against this almost on spawn unless Golden Guardians want to try to commit to this.
We'll see. No ultimates there just yet. Isles goes in, and Olay throws down the Q onto Blabber, the exhaust onto Berserker, but Ablazeolf has made his way through. He's between multiple members of Cloud9, though, zipping on down. First blood to Berserker. Does Cloud9 want more? Yes, they do. Isles goes for it with the E again. Olay is marked down low, but he's zoned off by a single support, which means that his teammate is going to go down. Pride Stalker has fallen. Olay finds safety, but Cloud9 take the dragon to start stacking the one in this top side play. Can't make his way there. Ornhorn flash through. Immediately the paranoia comes on down. Here's Nocturne right under the tower. They take one. Golden Guardians. And even with that assist, able to finish off the stride breaker here for Pride Stalker. So Mythic completed and online to be a powerful force. Ablazeolf is funneled directly here into the riverside. Flashes over the wall as soon as the Chaos Stormants drop. A Blabber, a flash and a kick to boot. Licorice here doesn't quite get the knockup, but the death ray is strong. It doesn't matter. Golden Guardians.
This is going to cost them the dragon on the bottom side very likely as well, which means they lose their kind of soul stacking condition here very early on.
Cheeky, rise of the corner up, but here's some more action now. Forge God calls upon it once again, and Summit is in the center of it all. A fear to make sure you can't get away.
It's up. Look for a play because they're kind of in their comfort zone, trying to keep this tower alive. I'm not sure that Summit got local gold from that.
But they're not backing off of it just yet. Summit and Fudge from the opposite entrance. Paranoia comes down. Teleport here from Golden Guardians as well as Licorice makes his way through. The Bulletine on the side gets responded to by the exhaust once more. Blabber goes in, kicks back Licorice. Licorice is down. Olay down too. The Chaos Storm continues to follow upon Ablazeolf, who flashes away from the Death Ray. But Blabber, even though he connects the kick, he cannot go just yet. Does he want to? Final slap, a triple kill from Fudge, laying it down on the Golden Guardians. Quadra.
Oh my God, Fudge popping off in that fight. Cloud9 and all of the AoE from Cloud9. The GP ulti, Victor ulti, MF ulti.
Dragon now. A bit quick pickup on all fronts so they can start stacking that once again. Solar Flare comes down, gets a lockdown onto Olay. Come down with the Make It Rain as well. Berserker takes it onto the Braum for Olay to be yeeted on out of this one. It's a pick-off for Cloud9, and the reward they get is Summit on that bot side, taking down a turret, making it...
Hovering the Ornn here. Will they go for this play? But they don't know that someone's hovering at Summit as well.
Summit knocked up. Lee Sin's here, but so is Nocturne. The exhaust comes through. Another knockup from the Ornhorn. Blabber thrown on away. Pride Stalker still in space. And as soon as that comes through, so does the Solar Flare, because the rest of Cloud9 is here for the party. They take down two. And over up top. When they got eyes on you the whole time, a laser is easy to slice right through your heart.
Get the kills. This is that replay of the solo kill up on top side. So Ablazeolf pushing up here, but Fudge is very confident. Ablaze, using those spells early. Nice sidestep on that last rocket, but closes the gap. No flash on him. Contest right now with the additional Baron power plus the massive lead. Cloud9 though, 8K in the advantage for this tower. So this one is gone. Tier 2 mid looks like it may be just given up as well. They're going to give up at least 2 of these outers very, very quickly, and they're so valuable. So you're losing a lot of gold here over to Cloud9, just trying to get as much farm as you can on your jungler. Bit of a big deal, not going to be able to sustain up too easily. They're actually going to give them the red buff to be able to regen up. So I actually like this. They want to continue the push. They're dropping the ultis to just zone them off, but in goes Nocturne.
The answer's to Paranoia right there in the back. Take out Berserker, a big chunk of their damage. Exhaust used onto Fudge, who went to stasis, so as soon as he arrives, he ends up using his flash to get away. But here's the resurrection coming through for Pride Stalker. Can he make an impact? In the meantime, he's lost in this. His death is imminent. Golden Guardians lose only one. It's the 1-for-1 trade right now, but they offset this push.
It's 1-for-1. They do get a big shutdown, so gold-wise, pretty good for them, but Cloud9 going to be able to continue the push and get more. They look in.
Let's get right on over. Teleport through. Olay burned on down. Lost tries to get in here with the blade collar for some damage, but look at that heavy chunk that he cannot.
Here, he's in trouble.
Oh, and he knows it too. Olay is wondering if he can help out, but in the end, lost using the ultimate just for a little bit of a defensive ability, but the Paranoia comes through again. The Ornhorn doesn't get the knockup just yet until now, but all the while, Pride Stalker's marked down. Blabber has been marked down right on the flank. Berserker, though, has to get out of this, slows down a decent amount of damage, and Fudge takes down the tank on the opposite side.
So using their teamfight comp pretty effectively here. They are coming online. but they're just losing too much off the back end of these fights as another laser claims a kill. Cloud9 gonna get 2 towers here and an inhib.
How many times have we seen that laser just slice through at the distance? It feels like Xayah cannot get safe. Lost continually.
The Zonius is ready. They've got it all here. And you look over on the other side, they're just going to try to engage immediately.
Yeah, Pridestalker's the one that tries to go for the play, but the Solar Flare is dropped down immediately. Zenith Blade to get the stun over here onto Olive, so he tries to walk it out. A good knock up onto Berserker, smashed on down. Lost to be burned down soon as well. Golden Guardians lose the 3 for 2, but the flash forward from Summit. They want to get this last hit onto Licorice. Death Ray a little bit of a sting.
They're going to try to
Summit
end.
that takes the last thing. The teleport going over here towards this base. Fudge is here. Summit's here. Blabber is coming through the mid lane, and that's an inhibitor marked down. Pridestalker is up, but you have a full 20 seconds before any teammates arise. So instead, that's one inbound, or Nexus turret rather, a second Nexus turret to be taken by Cloud9, sending Golden Guardians quivering in their boots here in game number 1 to take it and start off the series.
28 minutes wants to play mid bot.
And this puts so much power into the hands of Berserker and Fudge, with GG coming through with their last lock in here.
Okay.
It went up. So a bit of a reversal in where you are looking for that.
Again, there's pressure on Pridestalker as soon as he hits 6 to be the one to create early action for them. No one else really can do it.
Yeah, level 5. They've committed so much of their movement right now as it is, and Isles, a nice thing about Lux, you can poke effectively, but here the ultimate starts to come through. Ornhorn thrown back, the Paranoia right into the back line, but Blabber goes for it. Berserker's marked down low, kicking Pridestalker away so that he can't have more of an impact. He falls, but it is after one
Trying
is
to push this in. Blabber's going to come. As soon as that Shroud goes away, they're going to look to dive.
Dive attempted here. Licorice is the subject of it all. Gets blasted pretty low down. Blabber gets the kill credit.
First tower, though, up on the top side, Cloud9 are not going to outrace this Herald, I don't think, as that crash should mean first tower gold goes over their way. Going in the pockets there of Lost is really nice. Only kind of bad thing for them is it's like...
where that Drake is up, only the single one taken by Cloud9 earlier. We're still fairly early. Fudge is going in for it, though. Has Blabber by his side with a safeguard. Paranoia coming in from Pridestalker. Gets a nice dip of damage. Oh, Olive survives. Fudge still wants to go for it with the distortion, and Olay has come from the riverside to manage to secure the kill onto Blabber. Gets the credit for himself.
On the map here, but Ornn is moving up and they're TPing Fudge back.
He has ult, and he activates it right there. And before you can even hit the ground, Pridestalker is taken out. The curtain has been called and opened up to get a return onto Berserker. But Cloud9 on the retreat. They can't get away fast enough. Isles eliminated. Fudge and Blabber are here for the party, though. Olay tries to create as much distance as possible.
The W have his sum. So even though they kill off Pridestalker very early, they kind of get trapped here against the wall. Olay comes through. They're getting sniped down by the Jhin. Berserker has no flash, has no cleanse, can't get out of there. So as a Blaze Olive arrives, him and the Gwen able to chase him down, get multiple kills.
So would you be too worried about that right now with it being even? Do you think, oh, never mind, we've got this fight coming on through. Paranoia right into the back. Isles is eliminated before he can get that final spark off. And Berserker, some nice hits from his Olive. But Olive actually on the side getting targeted here by Fudge. Rooted by the chains. Blabber takes his reign right to him. Down here bot, because Licorice does still want to get as effective as he can for the latter portions of the game, facing off against Summit. But
Fudge
it's
is here. They're gonna go.
Following up on the Ornhorn, knock up here, throws down the mist, but it can't save you now, my friend. Fudge gets...
As they try to walk through, they already forced out the Shroud from Licorice. Loosen Singularity, you have to walk through.
The response to the changes for Olay to go in and see if they can get a turn on this. It's good to get that kill onto Fudge, but now Dragon pulled out of it. The Ornhorn finally blown through, gets the knockup onto Olive, hugging the wall as it is.
He stole it!
Ron taking that Dragon up, and now GG want to creep through as much as possible, executing it right now to burn down onto Isles. No support here. Summit teleports in, gets caught by the solar flare. The GA popping here on the opposite side. The Ornhorn finally called on. But as soon as it goes through, Pridestalker blasted by one. Berserker killing off Olay. Cloud9 are still in this, having taken 3 down. Still only a support short. Licorice with the needlework into the backline, but he can't find it onto Berserker.
Just like that, off one team fight, secure themselves a massive lead.
The deception of a focus on a Luxie. There's so much else going on here. And
wait, does he go for that? Okay. It's getting a little bit risky now. It's getting a little bit risky now.
go here, they should be able to finally finish off this mid turret.
Yeah, and I mean, they're pushing in top as well. You know, they're Berserker, and Summit has a fair bit of experience, and are going to be working towards 15. Upgrade Fudge next, you would assume. They should lose their mid lane tower because it's like one auto, but there is potential to try to punish this if Golden Guardians do overextend. You know, either through a tier 2 take top, which looks like it's going to be the answer.
Summit hovering through, throws down the ult. There's still a bit of time, nearly a full minute on the clock before that Drake, so you can afford to use it.
They're just pushing top, so they're actually just trying to harass them there. I think Summit's basically trying to
using all of this funneling so that they can take this down, but Golden Guardians, they don't even want that beef. They give it on over for Soul Point to be achieved by Cloud9.
It's an instant push down towards this tier 2. Cloud9 will get this as well. Blaze Olive is on top side. So with him pushing out top, you already know Golden have a good position. You know, if you find that engage from Olay, Jhin ult comes over top, Gwen's coming from behind, Nocturne's diving in. Victor having another very good LeBlanc game. Two very different styles of champions. Oh, he might find the pick here potentially.
Oh, Solar Flare into the back. There's a Paranoia. The target is here onto the support, but Licorice is here to follow Olay, getting marked down low alongside Pride Stalker, the Chaos Storm, following through. So Fudge flashes over the wall. There's the curtain call, but has to get out of it early because the way the rest of the fight came down, 2 down for Cloud during that last fight too. So
clever.
Trying to target right.
Yeah, he's not gonna take that. All right. Getting a little bit of poke down though. Oh my god!
Oh!
A lot of bit of poke. Okay.
Where'd
Just
you
100 to 0.
Where'd you go, Olay? Where are you gonna go, Lost? Now the curtains finally dropped on the eyes of Cloud9, but can you follow up on it? That's a good blast onto Berserker. You take out that ADC like you've been planning the entire time. Licker's right here in the back alongside Olive to make sure you have some security. 3 lost for Golden Guardians, but they take down that bot lane once more. Blabber continuing off of the Q, but he's there with Summit too. Fudge is here on the pathway as well, but Licorice and Olive, they have some vision accorded to them and are hoping to just duck out of their No, they go on back. Blabber blasting down. Fudge getting the credit for that one. And now Licorice, he's wanting to maybe take somebody down with and throws down the needlework. The Herald missed right here to keep some kind of security, but it's not enough.
Will claim Soul full control here in game number 2. Really strong skirmishing from to be able to team fight as the Nocturne, and now Fudge zoning on the side, and they have Soul. They can keep going here.
Just look at that burst, though. Olive about to get toasted, but manages to escape. Cloud9, though. The zoning is all they needed.
Threatening. You know, putting him down to about 10% HP there for a Blaze Olive. Yes, he survives, but now tier 2 going down here. Licorice just going to try to cut the wave, and they do kill off the cannon, so he's cutting the wave, so they do deny that mid lane push, but Fudge has top lane buffed up, and they're just going to shift over here.
So many times where that Ray lands onto Olive and he's taken out of it. That's the knock-up sidestep by Olive, though. They do take the turret. They are going for the inhib. Blabber is going aggressively. Olay trying to get out of it, and now the inhibitor is gone. Golden Guardian still standing strong, and they have the fountain right there for the additional healing if needed. Lost having to consider doing so.
Over.
Yeah, in the end, Cloud9, they're focusing onto the turrets. What are you gonna do? They're coming right now. Olive circling around to try and go down low. Paranoia, curtain open, knockups galore, but Pride Stalker into the
Blaze Olive in the back line.
Pop. Is he gonna finish it off onto Cloud9 here? Licorice and Blaze Olive still standing, and Lost is zoned off by Summit, so he can't join the rest of the team. Everyone from Cloud9 is still healthy, and Fudge finds one. Licorice here, separated, Lost into the fountain he goes, but Cloud9 know the Nexus is at their disposal. They continue to apply the pressure and bring the sweat to the brows of Golden Guardians. A final hit will do it. Victory in game 2.
Match point for Cloud9, back-to-back dominant wins. They need to hide. Okay, this is what I was thinking, is that there had to be some sort of reason that they're looking to hide it. So it's going to be a farming Tahm Kench, almost guaranteed. This will be support Senna or fasting Senna, whatever you want to call it. Usually they've been contesting around second dragon. First one has pretty much been going over pretty simply to Blabber. They're trying to potentially punish this. Blaze Olive, he's popping the ult. They're going to dive. They're going to dive 100%.
Yeah, he activated the Spirit Rush already. Paranoia comes in. Blabber is here and is the first to be targeted by the Nocturne. A big ol' blast. A Blaze Olive getting first blood here. Olay's life is traded in the process, but Cloud9, they retreat on that one.
Oh, but he's looking for more. He doesn't see him. The charge!
Blaze, he's still here. The Orb of Deception. A good sidestep for Blabber, but it's not enough.
Grab that first dragon, that's going to continue farming. Will be that push up on the top side.
The rest have to go.
Ari's coming, though.
Yeah. This
Look behind
time,
the tower.
Spirit Rush now activated. Once again, into position to get Berserker. Not going to land with the charm, but does get the Orb of Deception on the opposite side. Burned down, but still alive. Oh, yeah. Ole, jump him on.
Do a supportive style, though, so we'll see. There's no ulti on TK, so they're going to have to be careful here.
Cannon Barrage used to make sure they can't go any further, and the Solar Flare to follow. In the end, Isles goes in. Ole, last one standing. Bullet time from MF. Tail end of everyone is ready. Rift Herald is chunked down to 50%. This means Licorice wants to go for it with the ultimate, gets the double knockup. And in the backline, that Cannon Barrage makes cheap GG have to usher on forward. Kick on to Licorice, gets stunned up, gobbled up. Can he get spit out for some additional
MF
effect
ulti is
on
up
this?
now.
You're gonna lay it down. Berserker could be the one to try and turn this on the low HP guards of Golden Guardians. Even puts down the Make It Rain prior for additional slow. So a Blaze Olive has been eliminated from this. Support still lost from Cloud9, so they want to come up forward. Licorice flashes out, but it's a little bit of a panic because Fudge is there too and can get him with that range. Cloud9 coming out on top in the fight means that they don't only take down this turret in the mid lane, they can keep their eyes on this.
You can see the frustration on Blaze Olive's face, in that player cam. They realize that their chances are slipping away fast in this series.
Over towards the Rift Herald. GG on it again.
Blaze Olive has a flank, though. He can actually find something.
They gotta be worried about getting to the pin. Look at that damage onto Lost. So strong, and even going right into it. Bride Stalker manages to take out Berserker here with the rest of the squad. Lost has to flash over the wall of the pit
on the wrong
to
side.
get out of it. Comes on through with the Dawning Shadow for something. A Blaze Olive flashing away, avoiding the E of Leona. So he's gonna stay on this map for now, but in the end, that Rift Herald's drawing a lot of attention. Bride Stalker isolated by Blabber, wanted to retreat.
Going towards Azonia, so he's ready to scrap, and I think their read is that they should just win 5v5. Victor is now going to be ahead of you, and they're going to try to look for a pick here mid.
Knock up onto one. Isles drops down the ulti. Coming on through with a Berserker follow-up as well.
Oh, the
Gets
charm.
chunk down. Paranoia right there into the back. So in the end, Berserker. A lot of other members on this team that have been able to follow up. And yes, when you go into that ult right here, though, Blaze Olive doesn't have this. Now it just comes up right now. But out of the stasis, he starts to activate it. Look at that range.
As you can see, the bot lane now is trying to move up to defend that tier 2. Tier 1 is gone for sure, but they could even push this in. Instead, they're just going to use it gone as well, unless they want to TP and Licorice right now, but it's too little too late. So Cloud9 move to Soul Point here.
Level 13, able to forge away a tad. Golden Guardians looking at what can work for them. Another ultimate, which is responded to immediately by the Berserker ultimate. Again, teleport coming in from C9 side. Fudge and more showing up to the party. The lockdown attempted onto Olive, but he can still retreat all the while. Cloud9 still in pursuit, and Pride Stalker going into the back to land onto Summit. Goes and gets resurrected immediately after, but he's just targeted by Cloud9, which allowed the isolation over here. Licorice and a Blaze Olive completely separated. Blabber just wants one more hit onto Olive, plucks the tails from his feather, and there you go.
Mid tier 2, they're gonna move it over to Baron and grab that as well. 7,000, make it 8. The gold lead here.
Lots of Cloud9 pressure across the map, and then these team fights just look like they're able to play the early stages so well.
Yeah. This series thus far, and they are looking to close now. Could find a pick potentially here.
Running into Lost and Ole here in the jungle side. Teleport coming in through the brush from Licorice, who immediately retreats to the rest of the team. They do collapse upon Isles and Berserker. The beam coming through from Lost here. They've taken down the ADC, but they've done that again. They've taken down the support once again.
Fudge is untouched.
Oh, Ole, he's in some trouble right now. Fudge still nice and healthy. Does get sliced a little bit by Lost, who has increased his range. Gets knocked up here by Licorice, who comes into the backside. Blabber going and isolating multiple members of Golden Guardians. Ole is his next target. It's gonna be a bloodline ace for Cloud9.
And they're gonna look to try to push for a win here. They have the Baron, but 14 on Pride Stalker. Do they go back and try to play it safe here? Or do they go for the Nexus? They're positioning forward. We'll see how far they want to go now. They're just going to take the inhibitor. They're going to back it up, spend their gold. I mean, he's just like, all right, yeah, it's a 4v5. Yeah, good job, guys.
I am the sacrificial lamb of Cloud9 in this game.
You don't always have to be the carry. You don't.
Nah, you don't. And here might be just a good fight if they try to go for a Licorice, though. Throwing it down, Lost. Look at how hard that hits when Summit goes for you. Summit separated from the rest of the team intentionally, though, zoning off Golden Guardian so they can bring this Baron power onto the turret, onto the inhibitor.
Ultis are all missing. They can just keep going.
They are committing towards it. Still something in the arsenal of Cloud9 if they want to continue pushing the go button right here. They take down one turret. A nice lockdown onto a single member of Cloud9, though, but Blabber, he still survives. He manages to get in the back.
Look at Fudge, just roasted him.
They take down Licorice. They want to keep their eyes on Golden Guardians to wipe the rift clean of any bleeding gold that you may see.
Go for the Venta!
Come on, Fudge, we believe in you. The rest of the team is behind you, but they got their eyes on the Nexus. They want to close it. That's a playoff run for Golden Guardians. Cloud9 to see another day in the lower bracket. And to grab their thoughts, we're joining Pastry Time and the Fudge Factor himself for our Verizon post-game interview.
Thank you very much. Oh my goodness, my ears. I can't hear all that much. Thank you. I could just hear my producer tossing this interview. I am here with the man, the myth, the legend, the Factor himself. It is Fudge. Did you expect such a dominant sweep here?
Yes, I did.
I know.
But obviously, there wasn't too much confidence after our 100th series, but I'm pretty happy with how we performed. Also, how we drafted. Good job, Max Walder.
Hey, let's go, Max Walder. Obviously, like, a lot of changes happened for the team, right? You know, Isles coming in pretty late. Team needing to adjust after dropping out of upper bracket. What happened in, you know, the week between that last loss in this series today?
We felt like we needed a change, and things weren't really going too well in scrims, like the first couple days. And then after 2 days of scrims out of 5, we decided to try out Isles. And in the first day of scrims, we felt like there was a really big difference in our communication and our ability to make plans in early game. And it felt really good to play with him, you know. So I'm really happy with how he's playing as well, and also he was very nervous going into today.
I know that was a bit of backstage with you all.
But I'm really happy with how he performed, and I'm pretty happy with how we're playing right now.
Yeah, without, you know, leaking anything, how did that manifest with Isles today? Because you have a little bit of experience with him. I did check. You don't have a very long history, even in Oceania together. So how is that kind of, again, given the swiftness of the situation?
I think he actually played better than he thought. He was really tilted during the games because he kept dying randomly, but it felt like they sort of just targeted him and Berserker the entire game in every single team fight, and then me, Blabber, and Summit just carried. So I think they should give themselves more credit.
Yeah, that's fair. Always nice to hear credit for the teammates. Kind of on that note, though, we've seen a lot of different Cloud9 looks, right? We've seen lots of Summit carry games. We've seen quite a number of Blabber carry games as well. You've kind of been, sometimes literally, a support for the rest of the team. How is it now today to come on the stage? And you are the carry, as far as this series is concerned. How does that feel for you?
It's very good, obviously. I felt not too much confidence in general throughout the split, but I think playing Victor feels really nice. Playing LeBlanc when the enemy team sucks, it's pretty nice. But I still think I have a lot to improve on, for sure. I don't think that the game should have been as close as they were, honestly, even though they were kind of stomps, if I was a lot better.
Fair enough. And kind of on that note, kind of looking big picture at your career as a mid laner, which is actually quite short. If we think about your career last year as a top laner, you were not all that hot as far as community perception went, and then ended the split, you're arguably the best top laner in the league. How do you feel now about your mid lane improvement? You know, starting as a new mid laner to where you are now, and of course, where you can get to by the end of the split, end of the year even.
Mm-hmm. It feels very similar, honestly. It feels like I'm just doing it over and over again, where now it feels like I'm at the top, or at least close to the top in terms of mid laners. And I think by summer split, I will smash every mid laner. Pretty much guaranteed.
Love the confidence. Unfortunately, summer's quite far away. You have a lot of games left to play if you're going to try to get yourself to at least Houston and playing for that title again. Cloud9 have not lost spring in 2 years. How are we feeling about the chances now in the lower bracket for Cloud9?
I have a lot of confidence to at least get to Houston. I don't think EG are very good, honestly. And I'm pretty sure Fly is even worse. So I have a lot of confidence to get to Houston. I do think 100 Thieves and TL are much better than the other teams we're going to be versing.
All right, well, Fudge, clearly it's working out so far. Best of luck in the rest of the lower bracket round. Thank you for chatting today.
Thank you.
All right, with that, we are done with the series, but not done with the day. It's time now for the Bud Light Breakdown.
Welcome to the Bud Light Breakdown. Let's break down. What did he just do, Raz?
He just roasted every team.
That was great.
Everyone catching strays.
Why not?
And we're just talking about memorable, like this, that interview is gonna be memorable. Just like, that's the highlight already of the split.
I tried to curse him.
Yeah,
It didn't work.
It did truly start with success, I think,
Yeah.
for Fudge. And it started back with Mammoth in 2017 and led to this moment.
I think the thing you were missing was sincerity. Which is funny because like a lot of the things you said in that were true.
Yeah.
Obviously, Fudge, player of the series. I'm glad that he, like Pastry asked the question and he and Fudge himself responded that it's a lot like his trajectory last year, right? Where he started, was not very highly rated in his position, improved steadily throughout the split, was one of the best in his position by the end of the split, and we see a similar trajectory here with him as a mid laner.
I think it's really important for Cloud9 moving forward as well. Yes, it was Golden Guardians. He himself kind of admitted, like, man, they suck, but this wasn't the true test. I'm waiting for the other guys. But this is the right foot stepping forward into playoffs where, okay, Summit cannot be the 1v9 carry. We need people to back him up. And this series proved we can put him on weak side and we can have Fudge be one of the people who's actually going to get us across the finish line.
Which is super important because, Raz, you and I had a pretty long discussion about this on JLXP of how throughout the end of the regular season, it got so easy for them to just win because Fudge was winning. Or sorry, because Summit was winning, and all anyone else had to do was go even or lose gracefully. But then as soon as that wasn't the case, they didn't have a way to win. And it's actually pretty impressive, even though, like, I do think we'll all agree Golden Guardians made a lot of mistakes in the series. Summit didn't really do that much. He was solid, right? But he wasn't the thing driving these games towards victory, which is a totally different way for Cloud9 to win than we've seen in almost the last month.
Exactly. I think that part is going to be something that people will honestly look towards. They will look towards the fact that he's now
Those stats do look pretty good, though.
They do look good. They do look good. That Ornn performance coming through. Or at least, no, the GP performance. He's also playing the Ornn. Like, the flexibility is one thing. The other thing is something that people didn't see just because he was just stomping lanes, right? Was the fact that they weren't working together as a team, building plans as a team. Like, we already talked about how Winsome wasn't moving along a lot with Blabber to, hey, if top lane was diveable, be able to make that plan happen. And he kind of, Fudge, you know, a little bit alluded to the idea of the comms were better now, bringing in Isles, and the idea of building early game plans has improved greatly. So, like, that's something people haven't really noticed, and it feels like if they're going to take a win versus 100 Thieves, EG, Team Liquid, it's going to be based off of those early game plans if you can't just stomp lane.
Yeah, and I mean, I think the interesting thing were the champions he played. I know off camera we were talking and you were like, wow, why hasn't he played Gangplank before? He's played 4 Gangplank games, now 6.
How much Ornn
These are
as
the
well?
2 he's won. He was winless on Gangplank prior to this series.
Damn.
And Ornn is one of his 7th, it's actually his 7th most played champion. It was on that list that you looked at, but it was only 11 games and a 45% win rate. So like win rates aren't everything, but I think the 2 different looks for him are really, really important for C9 going forward as well.
Yeah, I think the fact that the stats still look really good, it's not like the MVP, like, dominating 1v9 stats, but you don't want that to be the only way you can play. So, like, yeah, you can give him GP, put him weak side, he'll crew a 20 CS lead, 15 on his own, and then he'll be there for team fights. And you don't need to, like, send every resource on the map up his way.
I feel like Berserker is the one who got all of the resources, but it was like Golden Guardians resources, trying to kill him the whole game. Fudge even mentioned that, like, we saw Isles. Fudge said Isles felt tilted during the game, and these numbers are going to be very low for what we're used to seeing from Berserker, but that's because I'd say 80% of the Nocturne ults were going directly on his head, pretty much fight after fight.
Yes, there was a specific time, I remember in one of the earlier games, I think it was game 1, where he opened up with MF ulti, had to immediately cancel it in flash because Pride Stalker was going straight in his direction. So that was just kind of the beat of the series, was them trying to get easy kills on a flashless AD carry, you know, or a support that's pretty squishy as well.
And I also like just the duo procs percent being higher. It was around 45% with Winsome. With Isle, they're playing more lane dominant. You can see that reflected in their picks as well. And another one of these angles where we're like, okay, maybe you can actually play through your bot lane now. And that's what they're going to need to throw curveballs. Because you know, when he's talking about these other top teams, FBI, Han Sama, Bjergsen, excuse me, Abadage, they can carry from every single position, and Cloud9 needs to become a team kind of like that.
Yeah, this is one thing I really wanted to see. I said it at top of day. I wanted to see how they treat the 2v2 with Isles. Like, people forget that Isles was actually such a sought-after support initially. Like, he and Raze were rated as one of the best bot lanes in Oceania. And I don't think, again, like, he was put in a tough position in this series because of how they were targeting bot lane, but I did really appreciate what they did in their 2v2, both in draft and in lane. And going forward, this is another really interesting thing that C9 can hopefully build on and play around for future series.
Yeah, I mean, even kind of adding on to it, he is a pretty damn good mage player, just from how he's played and performed, Enchanters as well, in Academy and Oceania. So I think that's just something now that they can add into their arsenal if they want to be able to play lane dominant bot lane or just heavy scaling with like a Yuumi or something.
I think we're going to be seeing a lot more Isles, right? Based on the interview and based on the results. Well, we'll see. It depends. If they have to keep winning to see more Isles, and then we'd have to.
They could lose next week, and then you don't see them very much.
Then you don't see it much. Anyway, don't miss a second of the LCS playoffs, and Grubhub is giving you a chance to experience the LCS finals live in Houston. Use code PLAYOFFSXP on any orders $15 and up, and you'll have the chance to win amazing prizes with a grand prize package that includes the latest products from Roccat, along with tickets to see the best LCS teams fight for the spring title, April 23rd and 24th. Blabber is going to be the one who delivered the win today with this fight.
Yeah, I mean, the Lee Sin for him, it was just a pick that I think the biggest takeaway from going up against 100 Thieves. Hey, if Closer can do it, I can too.
I mean, to be fair, this fight did not start well for them. You know, multiple members of his team getting engaged on, kind of blown up. Looked like Golden Guardians working their way back into the fight. And then I think Blabber does a great job turning this around. Good target prioritization. I've always been impressed with his team fighting when he finally gets involved here. Snipes the Q onto the back line. Weave it through.
Yeah,
there it
I
is.
also thought, the play coming up where he ended up, here we go. That's where I was just like, I don't know if he just went in to kill himself, and he did not. He had complete control over the backside of this team fight too. He very quietly had 3 like good games because everyone else like around him was obviously like Fudge kind of laid it out for us, right? Like while GG was targeting bot lane, they were pushing bot lanes, but Berserker and Isles were targeted in fights. You had your 2 solo lanes carrying. And Blabber was just like very quietly good and consistent throughout.
Yeah, I wonder if we didn't give Blabber enough credit.
Yeah.
He's like, he has a 2